I'm Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker for the Cape House at William Ravis.
And I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin of T. Martin Lapsley at Kinlan Grover Real Estate. And this is What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Every week, we tell you about a person, a place, and a thing that we think you should know about.
This week, we talk about a Cape Cod supermom, edible works of art, and signs of spring.
Yes. So why don't you take it away with our person to get started with our Cape Cod supermom. Tell us, who is
Yes. So Cape Cod supermom is Amy Leonardi, and she is a native Cape Codder who grew up here in Sandwich. She started Cape Cod Moms. So she is a mom. She has two kids. Ethan's 10 and Olivia, who's 4. Her background is that she has a degree in elementary education and English. She taught for several years in Florida and returned home actually to work in accounting. So a little bit of change there. Mm-hmm. She is a volunteer. She volunteers with the Rotary Club of Cape Cod, the Falmouth Outdoor Learning Project. But the thing that I love about her is that in 2011, she founded this Cape Cod Moms. It basically started out as a blog. It has grown so much in 10 years. It started with just the blog, a calendar of events, and it's now become the main resource for parents and caregivers in the region, which is huge.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, that's a lot to grow in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
She really, the whole way that got started, she was really inspired from, she would go to, after she had her first child, she would attend the breastfeeding support groups at the Cape Cod Hospital. Yep. And it was just cool to see all the different women from all different backgrounds, coming together. And they all can relate because
everybody has the same thing going on. Oh my God.
You don't know what you're doing and you're trying to raise this kid that you just had.
Serious bonding moment.
Yeah, you don't have any instructions. And so that's what really inspired her to, originally just start this blog and to connect the community with one another. Because of COVID, they haven't been able to do their parent resource fair, which it was a one-day event that they had. They're planning to do another one, when everything's possible.
But she's adapted. What has she done?
Yeah. So the cool thing that came out of COVID is they switched gears a bit and they started a live weekly show called the Parent Pod. So you can find them on Facebook. It's, like I said, it's live. I've been loving watching these. So the ones that I recently saw, one was about the Thriving IV Bar. There was another one about Sarah Glover. She has skincare and wellness. And then Brandon from Marshland Restaurants came on and was talking about different recipes that were kid-friendly. So some really cool topics. There are some more serious topics. She had Jacob from Children's Cove talking about child sexual abuse. So, some are more serious, but there's a very broad range of topics that they discuss. And she always has someone different on the show. Another thing that I really love about Amy is just that she's a firm believer in the philosophy that we all are stakeholders in our future. And in order to receive the payout that we all hope to achieve, we have to work together. And this starts by supporting people and connecting people. No one's alone in their journey, and Cape Cod Moms is here to help. So I love that.
Just so cool. That reminds me of something I saw in the Globe recently about, so you know how hard it's been, people have been like fighting to get vaccines and how hard it's been to schedule, and older people are really struggling. So I might get the details of this wrong, and I'll include the link here so you guys can see it. There's a group of women. It turns out it's a moms group, a Facebook moms group, who got together and figured out how to get these appointments so like older people could connect and be like, I don't know how to navigate this. They're like, we got you.
Give a job to the moms and they will get it done.
It sounds like literally like a newborn on her hip. It's just like tiki tiki tiki. All right, can you be at Fenway on Tuesday at 3:30? Like, it's like, I got you. Like,
that's how I feel about Amy. She is amazing to create, starting with the blog, and now she has other parent bloggers on the site. She has experts you can connect with. So it's a great resource for parents.
Want something done? Give it to a busy mom. Actually, don't. Please stop giving us stuff. Please.
Just lay off.
We don't want anymore, but we will get it done.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. So that's a great person.
Yes.
What is I know what our place is this week. But
so our place is Grazing Cape Cod. Yes. So Rachel Rotano, I believe is how you say it. She's the business owner and she makes these stunning charcuterie boards. I mean, they're almost too pretty to eat. They are just stunning. I
Well,
love.
somebody special sent me one of these on Christmas Eve. It
I
was
might have
delivered
sent you
to
one as a
my
gift.
door.
Yes. And
That
she
was
has, I mean,
it.
she hand delivers it, and you have to follow her. I'm just in awe of her. They're really true works of art. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
stunning. And her motto is locally sourced, artfully created, which I love.
Mhm.
I found out a little bit more about Rachel. So she's a native Cape Codder. She went to UMass Boston for nutrition, and that's really where she gained a love for, using fresh local ingredients. Unfortunately, while she was at school, her father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And so at that point, nutrition became more important to her and her family at that time. In 2018, her father unfortunately lost his battle to cancer, but that's when Grazing Cape Cod really was born. And one of the things that she does, and she had been feeding the idea of grazing across Cape Cod for years, and then started this business. And in honor of her dad, Grazing Cape Cod actually, specifically in November for Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, they raise money that goes to research and development. So it's a nice way that she can honor her dad, and with her love of these charcuterie boards.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
And I asked her, I wanted to know how it all got started, what happened. So really, I figured she started doing them for friends and family and just having get-togethers. And now that she has Grazing Cape Cod, she rents out a kitchen. She's moved, to box and board delivery, like yours was delivered so beautifully. And it's a business that she wanted to start just because she loves Cape Cod, loves local ingredients, and obviously loves charcuterie in general, which so many people are. It's kind of like a new trend in a way. It's
a huge trend. Oh my gosh.
I'm fine jumping on the trend because I
don't care. Yeah. Oh no, sign me up.
Yeah. And she is really big about sourcing everything local. So premium meats and cheeses. I know she works with Bay End Farm capabilities. She also likes taking advantage of small businesses in our community. So her jellies, where did she say? Her jellies were from Cape Cod Cranberry Harvest in Dennis.
Yep.
Sweet bakery treats are from Delicious Desserts in Falmouth. And she also used local florists.
Oh, so the flowers
are beautiful. Yeah.
Crazy.
So she's helping these local businesses as well, because she's using their products or their farm, and it's just, I literally, they're just so beautiful. Everyone needs to get on and follow her right away.
So ever since you sent me that, and also we sent a board together to our Eric.
Yes.
Does all of our editing, by the way. He's amazing. And when Eric is happy, that's good.
Yes, it was a perfect thank you gift. And you know what? One of the really cool new things that I saw that she was doing, which I just think is a great idea, is she's doing picnics. So it's for 2 to 6 people. It's really like an experience, like a luxury picnic. And she calls it curated design meets chef inspired charcuterie. And you don't have to lift a finger. So you just show up and indulge. On her website, it was like a picture of a beach with, it was like seats with pillows and flowers and stunning. Yeah. And you just show up and you get to eat and then you leave. You can have your champagne or whatever. And
I love it.
What a cool experience.
That's so awesome.
Just a great idea to do.
Oh God, so cool. So yes, you guys should definitely check that out.
Yes.
Grazing Cape Cod.
Yeah.
All right, that's our place. So our thing this week is Cape Cod signs of spring. There are signs of spring that are universal, like the weather gets warmer, the grass gets greener, whatever, the bunnies and the birds come out, all that stuff. But on Cape Cod, we have some very Cape Cod ways of knowing that it's spring. And now I'm gonna talk about a few that that are obvious to us. Yep. And I would love if anybody who's watching or listening would pipe in, and if you have another sign of spring on Cape Cod that you want to share, I would love to hear it. So one of them is the right whales. So if you don't know, right whales come back up here in their migration in the spring, as early as January. Now they are endangered. There's a lot to know about right whales, and we will include some links in this so you can learn more about them. But they come as early as January, and you can see them. They come into the bay, and you can see them really well from P-Town, from Provincetown, Race Point. So I took my daughter and her friend up there, and we saw them. It's very cold.
Yes.
It was March.
Bundle up, but it's beautiful.
But sometimes you can see them. They come in deep enough into the bay that you can see them from the north side beaches in the Mid Cape.
That's amazing. I've never seen them from there. That's I've got to.
Honestly, I mean, you're like, you could,
Yeah.
can I
You need
just
your binoculars. Yeah.
But some people who are really committed to like seeing the right whales have seen some huge breaches, like
I'm sure.
as close as a whale can get. I mean,
Right.
it's just, I just think that's really cool. And a very Cape Cod sign of
Yes.
and an early sign. I like that.
Agreed.
Another sign is when the herring run. So you know about herring runs, right?
Yes. We love it. We go before, we've gone even before we had Liv, we would go every year. Now we bring Liv. It's a tradition.
So when I used to teach, I used to drive by the Brewster Herring Run, and you can always tell without stopping when the herring are running. Do you know how you can tell?
Because of all the cars,
All the cars.
all the people.
Before the cars come, the birds come.
Yep. Exactly.
So there, if you see seagulls circling around
They want those
the herring
fish.
run, because it's like a snack bar for them.
Agreed.
Because like the herring are like, oh, I'm trying so hard, I gotta go spawn. They're so tired, and the herring are like, I'll fix that.
Yep.
I mean, the birds are.
The birds. Yeah.
That's why the gulls are called herring gulls. Are the typical birds, seagulls that you see around called herring gulls, because that's what they like to eat.
Or herrings.
So in April, you can tell when they're starting. You can just drive by and see the birds, and then the cars follow, and you can see everybody there.
Exactly.
What's really cute is my parents' wedding anniversary is April 24th.
Okay.
Every year they go down to the herring run and take a picture. It's
Aw,
oh my
that's so cute. I love that.
So those are two very Cape Cod, springy biologic things.
Yes.
The other things, when like daffodils come up, everywhere where daffodils come up, it's not unique to the Cape, but we make a huge deal about the daffodils around here for some reason. I think because winter can get really gray.
We need that pop of yellow. Yeah.
I don't know why we don't have like a crocus festival, because those are the first things we see.
Yeah.
But there are at least two festivals dedicated exclusively to daffodils.
Yes.
And one is Brewster in Bloom.
Yeah.
And that's in April.
It's the last weekend in April, first weekend in May.
So we didn't have it in 2020, so we're a little bit out of practice. And we don't have all the details yet.
It looks like they're going to try to have it. So we'll see what happens this year.
It hasn't been canceled. We know that. Yeah. And then Daffodil Weekend on Nantucket. So I think that's still on too. Well, here's the thing, you guys. The daffodils are coming.
Yeah.
Whether we have a road race
festival or not.
or a parade.
Yeah. They're still coming.
Yeah. So you can have your own Brewster in Bloom, do your own daffodil days, but they are, when post-COVID, I would assume that those things will be back in force. We can all start to get back together. People come back at that time of year. Also, second homeowners will come and start opening their houses, and which leads me to another sign of spring. You and I can't get a water reading.
No.
People are coming back because everybody's out having their water turned back on in their cottages. It's like a real thing. It
is a real thing.
Hashtag Cape Cod problems.
Yes.
And then I would say the other Cape Cod sign of spring would be the seasonal businesses.
Agreed.
Reopening.
All those ones we've missed all winter. We're like so excited to open.
I know. We're going to be like, where do we go first?
Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the first places you and I will go, though, is the new NAC.
I can't wait to hear when they're opening. I'm very, very, very excited.
So the owners of the NAC also own Cooks in Hyannis. They're changing Cooks over to a Hyannis NAC. And if you haven't had a burger from the NAC yet, this spring, hopefully, will be your chance.
Yes.
This is
big Cape Cod news. The NAC is coming.
So those are the signs of Cape Cod that we know. If you are a Cape Codder or you spend a lot of time here in the spring, we would love to hear what your version of Cape Cod signs of spring would be. So, all right. Well, now you know what's good Cape Cod. Follow us, both of us, on Instagram and hit subscribe on YouTube. And before long, you'll know Cape Cod like we know Cape Cod.